Everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man.
Who's that kid? Nick. He looks like Beaker from Muppets.
The one on FS1, Nick Wright. Yep.
Yeah. I got something.
That's
for
amazing.
Him.
I did not even. I love that.
If I get 5 women and they're all in the same room with me, we're going at it at 110%.
What's going on, fam? Tuesday night here on A2D Radio. That means one thing, Lazy Booking Podcast on Niche Night. And don't forget, Flyers Talk A2D comes at you at the 9 o'clock time. So we love Niche Night. We're happy to kick it off. I am Chrome, joined as always by my colleague, my co-worker, my buddy, my pal, Mr. Eric Archer. What's up, buddy?
What's happening? This isn't work. This is fun.
This is fun.
Yeah, but I hope everybody had a good holiday. Good to be back after a week off. Hope everybody had a good holiday and ready to talk some current stuff and maybe some stuff going into 2026.
Yeah,
How about it?
Absolutely. We got. We're going to recap Raw this week. We have just a little bit of a 2025 year in review. We don't want to dive too deep into that because we'll have an announcement on a future show coming up exclusively on the Lazy Booking Podcast TV page. That'll be channel over there on the tube. But we're going to be doing something fun with 2025, a special show there. And we're going to throw out a couple bold predictions for 2026 coming up. But first and foremost, as always, let's show a little bit of love to our doctor, Dr. Paul Vidal at Specialized Physical Therapy, with physical locations in Burlington and Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can find him on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Any aches, pains, anything long-lasting, anything that's brand new, hit up the doctor, hit up his award-winning team. They'll take a look at you, give you a little eval, and they'll get you on track with a plan to get you back to feeling your physical peak and your physical best. So right there, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Been a fun week, Eric. We took the week down. We weren't sure. We were originally talking about doing a show last week. And then circumstances kind of flipped. We knew 1 week we were taking off. So last week was the week we took down after 2 very, very lively, exciting and fun episodes with our pal Vince Russo. We thank him for his time, by the way. What a great time we had with him. And if you missed them, go and check him out on the A2D and or on the Lazy Booking Podcast TV archives on the tube. They're great episodes. I know on our page, we're going to be setting up like different playlists of things. And we have a Vince Russo playlist because it sounds like Vince might come back and join us periodically. So fingers crossed. He had a great time with us. We appreciate his time. And he told us as much after any time we want him on. So we don't want to overdo it. But we loved having Vince on, and we have plans for times we're going to have him throughout 2026. Stay tuned. Yes, so that's exciting already to throw that out there. But yeah, and we're ending here. Happy, like Eric said, Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday. We thought we'd be on to wish you beforehand, but we're here after. I hope you had a great one and a happy new year coming up. Lots of good things happening for us in the new year, Eric.
Absolutely. Just, January always kicks off for Royal Rumble season, so we will be deep diving into not only the current product, but Chrome and I have some plans for maybe some watch-alongs, some of our favorite Royal Rumbles.
We're going to throw this one out there, okay? So I think we're each going to maybe do something like a pick a Rumble, and we're going to figure out a time in January. Again, maybe next week we'll announce the dates that we're going to do those, and those are going to be on the Lazy Booking Podcast TV page, where just because we don't know how long they're going to go, right? Yeah. They're specials. We're just going to watch the Rumble. Maybe if there's like a title match or something special on the card, we'll do that. But we're going to watch the Rumble. We're going to do a live watch along for 2 Rumbles. Eric's going to pick one. I don't know whose it's going to be assigned, but 92, spoiler alert, is going to be on there. It's not fair to Flair.
Just I don't know if we can do it justice without the the audio, the broadcast, but we're going to try our best. And
that's the whole thing with a watch along, right?
Yeah.
We'll have our earbud in so we can hear the audio without you guys knowing we're hearing it. But we'll give them a timestamp. It started at this point, and then we would say everybody hit play, and we all hit play, and we watch at the same time.
Yeah,
so that's how we're gonna roll. We're gonna do it. Oh, he is with us. Holy moly! We got a buddy old pal joining us here. At some point, I'm waiting for his camera to appear. There he is. There's that stud. Look at him. Look at him. There he is. Let's just make sure we give it the old swap-a-row. Everybody, welcome in. Special guest co-host tonight, obviously, of Film Don't Lie. Did I say it right this time?
Yeah, bald.
I always say clips don't lie because I do like some of the A2D clips that I always get it wrong. Film Don't Lie. He also sometimes does the Monday night Eagles Talk A2D, as well as he appears as a guest on here. He's an A2D legend. The what is it?
OGP.
OGP. Peter Evans, what's up, my friend?
Woo. Hey, man. Greetings and salutations. Happy holidays, everyone. Hopefully their Christmas was a merry one. And New Year's, new trends, new beginnings, and some hot takes as we get to at some point. And yes. I think, Eric, Archie, you were going to say, ball don't lie. I was saying that a lot on Sunday. I don't want to take away from the Eagles, but if you're above 35, 36 years old, when you're in the basketball court and there's a questionable call, you say the ball don't lie. Mm-hmm. And every time the Bills got a call, I said the ball don't lie. It was Josh Allen looked like Corey Detmer out there, couldn't hit somebody open. You know what I mean? So ball doesn't lie. Like there is facts about that. So just saying.
Hey, I take a win. I don't care how it looks.
Of course.
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, it's been a good time to be a Birds fan again too. Whether it's ugly or it's pretty. But listen, guys, happy to have you both on. Let's dive in. We're gonna lead off with I think what was the biggest moment to close out Monday Night Raw in 2025. I think it was a tremendous match. Our opening topic, brought to you by Specialized Physical Therapy, is the Usos leading the tag team division for WWE into 2026 is a smart decision. Agree, disagree. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We're live on X or Twitter, whatever you call it. We guys like, subscribe, follow. You got a friend out there that loves to talk wrestling. Send it out to them. And please, most importantly, join our conversation in the chats. We want to hear from you. We got a variety of topics we're going to talk about. So I'm going to let's let our guest kick this one off here, Eric. And then then we'll hit yours, and then we'll get to me.
Cool.
Pete, agree or disagree? This was a tremendous match between AJ Styles and Dragon Lee defending their tag team titles against the Usos. I won't say what I thought was going to happen, but commercial breaks or not, I have to give both teams a lot of, and I will say this, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee as a tag team, there is like no connection there, but God, man, the chemistry between those two guys in the ring was for pun intended.
Pun intended, yeah.
So what are your thoughts on this? Do you think this is the decision that needs to happen, that the Usos leading us into the 2026 year for the tag division is the right decision?
I agree only if what comes next, because if you think about what's on Raw as far as the tag team division, you have the New Day. We'll see if I think AJ's about to segue to do his own thing, where Dragon Lee is going with that. Kind of see where that's going. Judgment Day, I think, is still a thing in some sense, right? No Creed brothers. You still have the Viking Raiders. I mean, I like it. Listen. I agree ultimately, right? And it's to say Jey Uso started the year Royal Rumble winner, World Heavyweight Champion, Big Jim, who knows where he was going to be at, to end this year on that note. It's been a hell of a year for Jey. It's been a hell of a year for Jim, kind of in the ring, but mainly outside of the ring, what he has coming up with him and Naomi and the birth of their son. I just wish these two guys took more credence into what their in-ring is, as far as not looking like they just ran the New York City Marathon after every match. I understand, but that match was worthy of it. But I'm like, but this goes to show like that match for them to get right back into the swing of things, just like they were riding a bike from what Jay's singles matches were. It kind of shows you like this, not so much where he's belong, but right now in this point in time in his career where they're at, this is the best use of them together. I like them going into the tag team division as the champions for Raw. It definitely is going to give them a spike. But what are we doing after that? And obviously, you could pick any members of any 2 of the 4 members of the division. That's where I think this is leading towards, especially come Mania. I just don't know which ones. Is it going to be Bronson in theory? Is it going to be Paul in theory? Who knows where we're going to be at? So I think that's. But what is next after that? But I think this was with that impending. You're about to get to the road to WrestleMania with the Royal Rumble and also WrestleMania. This is the right move, and where we go from here. So I agree to the vote.
Okay, Eric.
I agree as well, and Pete stole a little bit of my thunder as far as where this is going. I think we kind of see where WrestleMania is heading as far as the main matches, and clearly Jay and clearly Jimmy are not part of those plans. So I think this is good to give them a nice rub and have them kind of find their roots again. The only thing I really question, why was Jay flipping out and kind of going, off kilter over the last few months, and now it's all right, we're just back with the tag team? Was that something that is going to rear its ugly head later on, or what? But I think, Pete, you hit the nail on the head as far as where this is going. I think somebody in the Vision is probably going to challenge for those titles. I think it's important to establish the Vision as they are the top heel team on Raw, and I think what better team to have them go up against? And it's kind of a familiar team. They kind of feuded with Jay a little bit and Jimmy, so you could have those 2 in a match. It could be. You said WrestleMania. It could be sooner than that. We'll see. And
could be
to your
Rumble.
point,
Yeah.
And to your point too, with Jimmy, he's gonna have to take some paternity leave at some point. So I would think, depending on when she's due, she'd probably do pretty soon. And probably, I don't see this reign being super long, but I think it's important for the Usos to get back on track because they kind of lost their way a little bit in the singles and come back together. So I like it. I think it's good for the current. And I think it's good for if it's where we think it's going to go. I'm good with that as well.
Yeah, listen, I actually was kind of on the fence on this, surprisingly. I thought the match was amazing. And Pete, you're right. These 2 guys, it's like riding a bike. They get on and they start pedaling. And next thing you know, they're riding no hands, throwing up wheelies, looking unbelievable like they've been riding a bike for every day their entire lives. That being said, I want the tag division to have a highlight. I want a spotlight on it. I think there's a lot of teams that have not gotten the recognition that they deserve. I mean, for Christ's sake, we're putting Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate under masks as freaking grande Americano lackeys. Yeah. Like, what are we doing here? And I know that they're individual wrestlers, but they were working pretty well as a tag team for a little bit there. I thought pretty effective, right? And there's a number of tag teams that are in this division, legitimate tag teams. And I worry. I know where this is going. This is leading to the Vision is going to take the titles off of them. And then that unsettled feeling inside of Jey Uso is going to re-emerge. And he's probably going to turn on Jimmy. And my guess is we get Jimmy versus Jay a chance to redeem themselves from WrestleMania 40. And I just don't love that we keep using the tag team titles to enhance individual storylines.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so I think I'm going to disagree to the poll. Okay. Now, if these 2 guys were going to have a elongated run, which I just don't see happening, then 100%. Because I think they could come in and have some banger matches with some of these tag teams, regardless of who wins or not. You could throw DIY in there, throw all these different teams. I know it's a different brand, but I'm just saying They could It's WWE. They can find ways to trade guys anywhere. They could really mix it up with some of these top tag teams and make some of these guys and put the tag team division in a better spot than it was, even if it's for 6 months. But I just don't see it happening. Like, I think they drop the tag titles at Rumble. And then that's where we start. Yeah, and that's where we start to build to WrestleMania. So I still there's a feeling in my gut that tells me if we don't get Seth and Roman, which I don't know that we're going to get now,
right,
at Mania, I still am not. I'm not coming off of that triple threat original bloodline triple threat match, even if there's no title on the line, and it's just for pride for the tribe.
Right. I'm trying to think, when was the last time that WWE commentators have actually used the word bloodline? It's been
a little bit.
It's been a bit. It's definitely been a bit. And that's the one thing, like, just to go with your overarching point of, you notice if this run was like they're going to be the spearheads, the leaders of the division for, say, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, then you can get more behind it. But like you said, Jimmy's going to have to take time off. So you kind of wonder where, like, what is the point? Like, I would almost have rather seen, like, hey, like, Division take the Usos out last night and just throw a Theory and a Paul or a Bronson and a Paul, to where Paul really doesn't have to do the heavy lifting during the matches. He doesn't have to, right? And then it's had them take the spot and it had them go into it with the straps. Because at some point, if you're pushing Division to be that top heel group for Monday Night Raw, they almost, to a point where they're at in their careers right now, they need titles. They need titles to validate them, right? They're going to need that. They need that Horseman-esque model at some point, to where they all, like the Evolution model, where they all had the titles, because then you can cultivate guys, you can cultivate faces to come up from underneath it, all that turmoil, and really take down the Division. And that team then now is going to be set up for the future. But who knows where that's going to be? Who knows where Javon Evans is going to land? I mean, if you tell me, because we all think that AJ is going to now feud with Gunther, right? And I think they need to do that, like, immediately, to keep this nuclear heat on Gunther. I think he lost something. Like, I think last night, and then I don't want to get too started, like, he needed to demolish Truth to keep that heat that he had. I
don't disagree with you, but
okay.
I think the end game has to be Gunther gets that final match against AJ. We need to keep this career killer, this career destroyer going. And I don't want them touching before AJ's last match needs to be against Gunther. This is clearly the direction of the character. So I don't know at what point in 2026 AJ plans to retire. If it's soon, like WrestleMania, which I'm not counting out that it could be either Mania or it could be SummerSlam. I don't think he goes all the way like Cena to December, right?
No.
But if this is what we're doing, then this is what we need to happen. They have to figure out a way to prolong. I don't want the physical. I'm liking what they're doing now, where they're just having the teases and the backstage, the looks, keep it that way. Keep it that way.
I'm almost the opposite, to where I don't feel like if you have them wrestle twice, it doesn't hurt it.
Oh, and I think it ruined.
What
happened with Dom and Cena, and it wasn't even his last match.
Yeah, but I mean, because it's almost like what you're saying. Well, like when Trips came back to avenge Shawn at Mania with Taker, he still lost. Did that hurt? Did that hurt either one of them in that sense?
It wasn't their final match, though. It wasn't like a career-ending match.
I guess that's true. That's to a point.
Like that's where the difference is. The entire gimmick now of Gunther is, I'm going to kill everyone's career, and I'm going to be the guy who retired Goldberg and John Cena and AJ Styles and hell, maybe Lesnar. And guess what? 15 years from now, when WWE Hall of Fame comes up, or 20 years from now for Gunther, what is going to be the highlight of his run? It's going to be his Intercontinental title run. And I don't think it's his first world title run. Right. I think it's going to be that time where he went in there and gave Goldberg his best match, where he made John Cena tap out, where he made the phenomenal one not phenomenal anymore, where he slayed the beast. That's what we need. And I will tell you what, I don't give a damn. I don't give a shit what anyone says about Gunther. If that's the direction they go, and I love where they've come out of the Cena thing with this so far. That is great character development for a guy that needed a boost in his character development. And what was the thing I said, Eric? What was the thing I thought would put him on the map? He needed the signature win. The John Cena kicking, the kickoff point, the starting point is that signature win. If they keep this going, and you're gonna need patience, because you can't retire guys every day.
Right.
So we have to be patient with it.
So I do think it's going to, for Styles, I'm probably leaning towards Mania is it. And if that's the case, then we don't have to wait long to see that.
I'm down.
Because that's what's 4 months. So you have 4 months to build, and somehow you can keep them apart from each other. Yeah. Yeah. And I think he's Lesnar's. I think Lesnar night 2 at SummerSlam.
Well, yeah, I mean that might be it. And I want you to jump in after this, Eric. I think you might get AJ at Mania. That's done. And then you get Lesnar at SummerSlam, and that's done. Or Survivor Series or something.
Yeah, going back to the Usos and the Vision, I think I was saying this months ago when Seth was still in the group that Bronson and Bron would have been perfect tag team champions, because let's face it, on Raw, and I agree with you, Chrome, where the tag titles just don't seem to have much value. SmackDown, they do it a lot better. There's more teams. I mean, lately it's been kind of
they haven't been defended in a while.
It's off a little bit, but I think there's more emphasis on the tag team titles on SmackDown than there is on Raw. But I think that's why it's important to put somebody with notoriety. Like, I think the Usos are good for the short term, where people are going to know who the tag team champions are. And I think AJ and Dragon Lee started lighting that fire a little bit, that smoke, and now the Usos have it. And then whoever beats them, which is probably going to be somebody in the Vision, are going to have the titles, and those titles are going to be featured every week on Raw. So I think it's good for the Usos in the short term, because then the Vision beats them and they bring notoriety to those titles. Now, who beats the Vision for those titles, that would help that team eventually, whoever that may be. And hopefully, he said maybe you bring Javon Evans up with somebody, or with Dragon Lee. I think Dragon Lee has really shown that he can team with somebody really quickly and catch on really quickly. And I know it helps that AJ is the guy that was his partner, but I think it doesn't hurt either that he's showing trust within WWE to be able to carry that torch and make a good run with it. But I think whoever beats the Vision down the road, I think would definitely benefit from that. But
if you roadmapped it out to Royal Rumble, Usos dropping to the Vision, and I think Theory has to be in it somewhere, because you need someone who Theory has to. It's either going to be Theory Reed or Theory Paul, and I kind of almost want to lean to Theory Paul just because Paul's is so obnoxious.
And look what happened. Oh, I'm sorry. Look what happened last night. They're already starting to plant that seed. That's the two guys I think are going to take those titles, Paul and Theory, because Paul's like, I got your back. We got each other's back. I think you kind of see them two kind of building a bond, and kind of like the bond that Bron and Bronson have right now. Yeah. So it's kind of like two different entities within the Vision.
Within the same.
And I think they're the perfect guys to hold those straps.
So real quick, shout out to Big Dad down here, says, guys, A2D founder, owner, and our Big Dad, Tom Arnone, chiming in. What's up, buddy? Two things, Eric, to your point. Didn't the Vision already beat the Usos in a tag match?
Probably. A straight up tag?
Yeah. Pretty sure that happened in a tag match.
But wasn't that Bronson and Braun?
But my point is, like, the Vision just in general, right? Yeah. Like, it's happened kind of already. So I don't know how much that notoriety to the group that brings. Now, Logan Paul's already not main evented, but he's been featured matches at WrestleMania with the likes of AJ Styles. So again, I look at him too, same thing. It's like, I think this is great for Theory, who we'll jump into when we get to 2026. I'll go into the theory because I love what I'm seeing from Theory so far.
Mhm.
I know it's only a week and a half in, 2 weeks in, but I am loving it. But yes, I think to your point too, Eric, the entity thing. I think the proof in the pudding is going to come out, right? And that Logan will have known who the man under the mask was the whole time. I think it's going to be something along the lines of he's kind of the one that behind the scenes talked to Theory and worked it where he was coming in the mask, and he just kind of acted as if he didn't know what was going on.
What's up, Eileen?
Eileen, what's going on? Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to you, Eileen. Appreciate you dropping in. It's been a while. A lot of comments here, actually. Brinkman's ready for the Rumble.
I think we all are.
Yeah, Rosketh believes that Gunther is going to win the Rumble. Hove jumping in. He says, well, I enjoyed the singles arch. Much better at tag team now. Fully healthy. Brian Daly, this is before Pete jumped on, said, what's good, Chrome? What's good, Arch? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. What's up, buddy? Appreciate you guys. And make sure if you're out there, you're watching, again, like, subscribe, follow, comment in with us. So I think we're all a mixed bag here. You guys agree, I disagree with the poll. Let's move to our next topic. Mm-hmm. Opening segment of Raw. It is Division, and we see Theory speak. Logan Paul, everybody kind of gets their moment. And then we get what I think was needed here, where we get Bron Breakker in the ring with CM Punk. There's no Paul Heyman as a mouthpiece. We don't have the physical interference, jumping on Punk. So he's in the ring with a CM Punk, who is one of the best to ever handle a stick. And I tell you what, guys, I thought Bron held his own. You know, I don't think he's as witty with the words that he chooses, but what he says is very matter of fact and in your face. And I think that it almost suits the character more. But I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on the promo exchange, which is leading into the Raw First Anniversary on Netflix for next week, where these two will main event in the world title match. And I guess at the end of this, since we're not really doing like a full who do you think is going to win this match? Well, I'll ask that after. Your thoughts on the promo first. Eric, why don't you jump in on this one first?
I think he knocked it out of the park, to be honest with you. The thing that I've really liked about this whole arc the last few weeks, there's been no physicality. It's just been words. And it's been an opportunity for Bron. It's been an opportunity for Bron Breakker to get the mic and kind of just lay it out there and get an opportunity, whether he falls on his face or not. And he really hasn't. He's done a really nice job. I mean, he's yelling a little bit, but that's him. That's Bron. Like, I think a lot of guys you kind
that's
of
Uncle Scott in him.
Yeah. So
he gets it honest.
I think he's done an excellent job. And the promo last night, bringing up, hey, I wasn't brought up in the Indies, but I was up against Lamar Jackson. What's up with that? What's up with all this? I just loved how he had everything that was relevant within his story to say, hey, I'm ready. I'm the next guy. And then Punk was like, I agree with you, but I'm not ready to give you that torch yet. So let's go. Are we doing predictions, or are we're gonna hold? We'll
do the predictions after. Quick in here. Eileen says, does anyone know whatever happened to George the Animal Still? He was an old school favorite of mine. Is he still alive? He has passed away, but the Animal, one of my favorite guys too. Piece of WrestleMania 3 history. When you go back and you look at, Ricky Steamboat and Randy Savage and that whole feud and his
wasn't he
kind of innocent,
too?
Animalistic love for Elizabeth? What?
I think he was I think he went to Harvard.
He's a smart guy.
Oh, he was a brilliant.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Which is amazing because of the character that he played was like just so the opposite. But no, he's not. But we're big fans too, Eileen, and we appreciate you chiming in with that question there.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Peter, your thoughts on the promo that we saw?
He's definitely not. I've seen worse. We've seen people get this stage and done worse. you could tell as far as the wittiness, and I think it was one phrase he had kind of rephrased the same words twice. And I love the fact that he brought it some normalcy because he hasn't had the in-ring body of work we kind of see as athleticism, but maybe fans don't know where he came from. And he's given some of his backstory, like, hey, like, yes, I've only been doing this for this amount of time. This is what I was doing before. And I wasn't doing it on some JUCO level. I wasn't doing it on some CFL level. This is what I was taking. This is what I was going up against in practice. Talking about a unanimous 2-time MVP of the National Football League. That's relatable, right? And I love the fact that where he says, yeah, I'm the now. I'm not the future. I've been told this. I've been told that. I've been told this. I've been told that. I am the right here. I am right now. I am the present. And the beauty of that is you have a dance partner who is saying, that's all well and good. I'm not ready to let go of this. But even if that doesn't deter you, and I don't want it to, there's one thing that you're not. You're not me. You're not CM Punk. So I have no idea where I'm going to go in my prediction. I could be swayed either way, right? When we get to that point. I love it for Bron because I love the fact that it took away everything. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, and Punk didn't have, like, he kind of brought it up, but he didn't have to go out his way to bring it up to say, hey, guess what, dummy? Next Monday, it's me and you in the ring. None of this other stuff. So he, like, preemptively, let's get them out of the ring. You and me toe-to-toe with a microphone, who all know that Bron is going to be at a disadvantage. So you all seeing him come up from the mic itself underneath of that. And I think the beauty of this is when he was in NXT 2.0, before he came up, even last year at this time, he was the Intercontinental Champion, right? He didn't talk a lot. He was a man of few words. Now you're starting to see that personality come out. And I think somebody had mentioned, if I was listening to Busted Open today, and they said, like, it was a point where his offhand was shaking. And some people, you can say that's nervousness, but some people, when you start to see one of your people in your crew start shaking, and there's a bar fight about to go down, you know when they start shaking or they get silent, that man, that person amped up, he ready to go. So I think by him back is more showing more restraint. Is the beauty about this, because he probably wanted to get physical. You know what I mean? And
so I am a person that's like that. So
okay.
If you look at me and I am pissed, my face gets red. Mm-hmm. And my adrenaline is just rushing through me. I shake. It's not a fear reaction. Mm-hmm. It is that I'm so 0 to 100 at such a fast rate that I just can't control how that. So it's very, very, very rare that happens. But when it does, I get that. So I understand that. And I think that again, that plays into the character. Yes. I thought this was great. I love the interaction, talking about family and lineages and things like that. But bringing it back again, CM Punk does what CM Punk does. He's so incredible. He's he might be on the Mount Rushmore of talkers, right? I mean, maybe Punk and Flair, and I would argue
Cena up there too.
Cena, Rock. I can make an argument for Shawn Michaels. Like maybe that's the top five for me. Jericho could be in there as well. So, which, another guy. Spoiler alert, we'll be touching on him in a few minutes. But yeah, no, I thought he really did a good job here. And even again, with how the character is in that, it actually it benefits him to where, we're not talking about sucker and succotash or whatever, right? Like Roman had. Like if he has a moment where he's amped up and he trips over his words, it actually fits the character. Because it's like, I'm an ass kicker. That's all I am. Like, that's what I do best.
Yeah.
I will talk with you. And if I'm not on my game, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that I will run through you and cut you in half.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's the benefit he has. But what he does do is, I think, he's come a long way. If you watch his early NXT stuff, rough.
Yeah. I think that also shows that it's more natural and not rehearsed. I think, especially with him, there's probably pressure on him. Like you said in his promo, there's pressure on him to be successful, right? So for him to get that opportunity to be on the mic, it's probably got to be very nerve-wracking for him to knock it out of the park. And I think he's done a remarkable job from where he's been. I think he did exactly what he needed to do, and I'm excited for this match next week. We'll see what happens.
And it's almost like, if you think about it, like it's the closest thing to take it, like his athletic ability, how he works, at the speed at what he works, and the impact how he works, and to work that fast and be safe. That is the uncles. That is the lineage of how to take care of guys, how to make this look impactful and make it intense, but make it safe. It's literally like taking it, like you're trying to take a Tasmanian devil and not so much put restraints on him, but put refinement to him, right? And that's what we're seeing it.
Eileen, have a great night, Eileen. Happy New Year to you. Thank you for coming in, dropping some comments in with us.
So that's the beauty and the evolution. Like watching him and watching Dom is like, I'm popcorn, baby. I'm just a sponge. I'm soaking it all in because now Bron is starting to get the psychology of it, and he's going to learn that from Punk. And I can't wait to see the actual match to kind of see not so much if Bron slows down a little bit, but just to see if he can amp it up a little bit and just follow Punk's lead, because Punk's going to take him there, right?
100%.
Punk's going to take him there. So I'm very curious.
So quick match predictions. We got 20 minutes left. I want to get these last couple topics in. I don't know who the hell I'm going to pick to win this match.
It's hard, man.
They've done enough to put a cast of doubt that CM Punk's going to win this match for me. I'm going to stick with Punk. I don't think we're quite there yet with Braun. So I'm going to go with Punk here. And
God.
I was going to say, and yeah, that's all I got, Eric. That's all I got. I'm on the fence. I'm on the teeter-totter here.
Going to my point about them not having physicality yet makes me lean towards Punk retaining. Only because I think you can run it back at Royal Rumble. That could be the play. Maybe we get some sort of schmaz where the Vision comes in. They have a good match, and Braun looks really good, and he's getting ready to win, and something happens. I mean, this could be a spot where we see Roman again. I'm sure there's going to be some surprises happening, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. But I mean, it would make sense if Roman decides to come back. Maybe we get that again. But I just think there's going to be enough meat on that bone after January 5th, especially because they haven't been physical with each other since War Games. So I think it leaves enough to where it's like, all right, we can do this again at possibly Royal Rumble or Saturday Night's Main Event, something like that. So I think Punk retains.
Pete?
I think Punk retains, and I think it's also to be said that Punk, in a way, needs to look strong in this signature win out of winning Saturday Night's Main Event. Like, we forget, we just sat here, we talked about Gunther earlier, right? He made Cena tap. We're talking about him being a career killer. Who was the last person to beat Gunther?
Punk.
You know what I mean? So while it's kind of the old adage, like you have to crawl before you walk, we all know Braun has the physical tools to do it, but you got to see him. And we used to say this to Cody in his story, right? Like, got to see him have some type of adversity, so he can't just win on his first one, right? It doesn't mean he can't win it at Rumble. I just think next Monday night, Netflix, first Raw 2026. Punk's retaining.
Yeah,
I'm 95% sure.
Yeah. I mean, they did enough to cast a little bit of doubt where it wouldn't shock me if this goes the other way. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think Punk retains here. Mm-hmm. Big report here, guys. We've talked about this before, but it seems like now we're at the point where rumor is becoming inevitable. Rumor and innuendo is no longer going to be rumor and innuendo. It sounds like Chris Jericho is headed to WWE. Some of the top execs in AEW have spoken to Dirt Sheets and said that this is the expectation they have. Typically, when that's reported, that's what happens. So I want to get your thoughts on this, and also I want to know. There was another report that said that the original plan was for this to be a Royal Rumble surprise in Saudi Arabia. However, that may now change to where he could appear in some fashion at the Raw upcoming next week,
Monday night.
So, where would you rather see him show up? And what are your thoughts on a returning Chris Jericho to WWE?
Heard he lost weight too.
I've
seen some photos. He looks like he slimmed down. I mean, you can't see the body, but
they said he looks like 40 to 50 pounds. But he hasn't wrestled in AEW. He hasn't wrestled since April.
I was gonna say it feels like it's been
like not
7-8 months.
I would much rather see him for the first time back at WWE or anywhere where he could talk. I want to hear what he has to say. And that for me, that kind of takes Rumble out of it, because as you're just a surprise entrance, you get the pop, but that's it. I don't need to see you be physical. I mean, you're great at doing it, right? One of the all-time greats. I want to hear what you have to say, because you can go so many different directions. You can run it back with him and Punk, or better yet, what I would love to see is him and Seth. If Seth is ready by WrestleMania, that intrigues the world out of me. You know what I mean? So I want to hear what he has to say. So I hope we get him next Monday night. I'm just being selfish, but that's just me.
How about Seth, by the way, doing the
pregame
the pregame for on Christmas Day on Netflix?
Yeah. He's got a career after wrestling.
He does a pretty good job on the NFL Network. When he's been a frequenter on there, and he knows his shit.
He's a Bears fan, right?
Yeah, he's a big time Bears.
He picked the Vikings. He picked the Vikings to win that game over the Lions. He was right on that.
Yeah,
he does a good job. But
so I think initially I was like, they should save it for the Rumble, because the Rumble pop. And we've had that with him before, where he returned 1 year with Ziggler in the ring. And I think it would work really well. However, I'm gonna pay homage to Vince Russo a couple weeks ago, where Triple H talks about the pop. What better pop than having it on January 5th on Netflix, especially when Netflix right now, I mean, there's kind of reports that they're not happy. You don't know what's for real or what's for not, but I do think that if you want to get viewership, if you want to get clicks, if you want to get pops, Chris Jericho showing up on Monday, the countdown and the pyro and welcome to Raw is Jericho. I mean, what better time to do it than Monday night? But I do think maybe I still think in Saudi he's still going to get an amazing
he's still going to be in a Rumble,
at the Royal Rumble. So I don't think it takes away from that much. Why not do it? But my question is, from there, what do you do after with Jericho? Does he say, I'm entering the Royal Rumble, baby, and then he is going to the Rumble? Or does he start showing up, which is, and Chrome and I have talked about this outside of here in the chats, he better not be a full-time competitor. He does not need to be a full-time competitor. Come in, do the Rumble, maybe do a WrestleMania match.
No, I think you're going to get more than that.
I think you're probably going to get a little more than that, but he doesn't need to be every week.
Well, so here's my deal.
We don't need it.
I mean, every week as physical or being seen every week?
I mean, I don't know if he's doing like matches on Raw every week, but listen, as far as Chris Jericho goes, I'm indifferent on the return. I think it is fitting, and Eric, you're going to hear some things that we've talked about offline, so you kind of know where I'm going with this. Mm-hmm. I think it is fitting that he comes back to WWE and returns, and that's hopefully where this wraps up. And if he is in a physical better place than he was, then I'm all for it if he wants to come back and they have a place for him. I'm cool with him doing like a 6 month to 1 year full run. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't have to wrestle every week, but if he wants to be on TV every week and do storylines, I'm for that, as long as it makes sense. My issue with Jericho is the complacency that happened and the arrogance that happened on the last year to 2 years in AEW. His early run, the Inner Circle, even the Jericho Society, I was not big on, but it worked. He managed to make it work. But the arrogance of him, and I do think that there was a point where he started to lose the crowd. When I look at the learning tree and what that to me was a slap in the face of somebody who was complacent and arrogant and thought to himself, okay, I can make anything work. I have made everything work my entire career. And you guys want to tell me that I'm being pandering or I'm doing this and that? Cool. That's what I'm going to give you. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn it around on you and I'm going to make it a gimmick and make it work. And it didn't. It fell flat on its face. It went on way too long. I don't know if that's him or if that's AEW's creative, but the word has been he was hands-on with a lot of his creative. So I have to give him some culpability in that. And I got to a point where I said, even if he came back to WWE, I don't really know if I want to see it at this point. And again, I'm not one to like body shame anybody, but he looked very old, very fast. And with how I felt, how complacent it felt like he became the last year and a half, I felt like physically it showed on him. And I don't mind somebody who's not the most physically peaked.
Right.
But when I feel like you're half-assing everything and that's how you're showing up every week, that's where my issue comes in because somebody else deserves that TV time. You're taking that away from Daniel Garcia, who you wouldn't put over in the Jericho Society.
Yeah.
So that's an issue. So that's where I came. But if this time away and coming back to WWE, look at what it's done for Punk. So if that time away, he comes back and he has the right mind frame and physically he's feeling like he's in a better place than when he left AEW last, I am all for it. But
and the schedule's going to be a lot lighter too.
Correct. Yep. I do not want that version of Chris Jericho.
No.
Give
I
me
don't
Inner
want
Circle Chris
anything
Jericho.
like, fuck, you want to go back to the list? I'm for it. You you want to give us some of that stuff? Cool. You know, I'll be interested to see if they go back. I'll be interested to see if they go back to break down the walls or if he gets
they
Judas.
play Fosse?
Play Judas.
Judas would be pretty tremendous.
I'm one to we talked about this offline too. There's one guy that I would love to see him in the ring with, and it's not even a guy on the current roster. As you know, Backlash is in Puerto Rico.
Oh, I never
imagine him and Bad Bunny in a match. That was just that intrigues me because it's Jericho, the rock star, versus Bad Bunny, the hip hop star. I just think it would just be great TV to watch. I do.
I think it could be fun, but I don't think he comes back as a heel. And the only way that works is like if he comes back as a heel. And I just don't see that happening. Like almost like if you do have a Jericho spin on the rap is crap type of a deal. Right. I think maybe that works. I don't see it. I think he's going to get cheered. I think it's going to be a big moment. I don't see that happening back. What I'm doing with him is I'm having him come in. You're right, Eric. I want him on Netflix. I want him talking and giving us a promo. And I want him to come in and open the floodgates, whatever is on the table. If he wants to mention AEW, well, let's let him do it. Not that I think he would, but he might reference them. And I'm opening the floodgates. Then I want to see them go to commercial break, and either the next when they come back or after, he's walking back, and you do the whole like, "Hey, welcome back, Chris." You know they do those. They're walking, right. And suddenly it comes across the vision, and you have somebody like a Bron or a Bronson Reed kind of give one of those, just to let you know, we run this place now.
Yeah.
So come back, and I hope you have a little bit of fun. But make sure you stay out of our way and give me something down the road. Because I think, again, a promo battle with him and a Bronson Reed or a Bron Breakker and setting up a match where he could work with one of those guys, I think has tremendous
I think you're going to get
I think
that.
Logan-
but I don't think it's
Logan
going to be
Paul
division
also.
though. I don't think it's
Logan.
going to be division. I think it's going to be Judgment Day. I think it's going to be. I can see it really. I can see them thinking. I think it may be Dom.
I don't, because I don't. Well, I mean, listen, the obvious, right? You could go that
Yeah.
route, but Dom's out indefinitely right now. So you don't know, like, that's not going to happen on Netflix. This is what I want to see now. They don't have to have them face the Vision now.
Yeah.
I want the tease of
Like
this
he knows
is
they're there.
they're going to cross paths again at some point. Might be 5 months from now. That's what I want. Dom, I think I definitely, Pete, I think you, Dom and Jericho at some point down the road.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a lot of good, exciting stuff. Let's head into our last topic here. We got a couple comments. Let me pop some of these bad boys up. SJM's in here. Let's see. Oh, we got a bunch of comments here. Let's see. What up, fam? I'd rather see Jericho sooner than later. Give him a mic and then the storyline ASAP. Jericho in incredible shape. Reportedly, this is Swan Song last year. And guess what? Give me Gunther, baby. Give me Gunther.
Now, real quick, if this is his swan song, he's gonna be in good shape. Like, I think he's embarrassed of what happened in AEW. I think that he wants that stink off of him faster than you could say the word Jerichoholic. He wants it gone. So I think he's gonna come in in the best shape he's been in a long time, and he's gonna be ready to go.
Have you ever gotten an AJ Jericho match at all?
Yeah, we had that before. Remember, they were Y2AJ before.
Oh, that's right.
They were.
They had an entire feud. Yeah,
that's right.
Hey, you could go back. I mean, give me one of those matches on both. If both of them are having their swan song.
Yeah.
Brian Daly says, "I heard Jericho's still under contract. Seems to be coming back." Brian, he is not. As of, I believe, January 1st. I believe his contract is up, so he is available for January 5th. Jericho's greatest hits be full swing. I'm sure they'll revisit some of Y2J. You just made the list, some new material. I think a run with Seth, Brock, Cody, Gunther, and KO. Give me KO. Let's go. Let's get the best friends back. Brian says, I'd love to see him bring that in the ring. That would be cool, so he can bring in the ring every week and not always physical. HJM again. Jericho and Joe Hendry.
Absolutely. Where is Raw Monday?
Is it Orlando?
Barclays. It's in Barclays. Isn't
it? Is it in Barclays?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. They're running it back. Yeah.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do. And I apologize. We wanted to do like a little bit of a 25 year in review. But I am happy to announce, after quite a few years of a hiatus, we are bringing back the Lazies.
Woo!
Okay. Bring those back. They're going to be on the Lazy Booking Podcast TV YouTube channel. I don't know the date, so stay tuned. Either this week or the following week, we'll announce the date of that. It's going to probably be the back end of January. We just have to figure out everything around Rumble first. So it's either going to be the very end of January. It's going to be the beginning of February. We're going to bring the Lazies back. So we will touch back. We will circle back and talk about the greatest moments. We'll give out match of the year, superstars of the year, both, and it's not just WWE. We're going to go AEW, TNA, overall NXT. So we're going to come up with some cool topics, and we'll love to have everybody's input. But what we did want to do is, it's the end of the year. 2026 is upon us. So although we're not jumping into a year in review, and shout out to John Cena for thank you for your fun, whether you loved it or not, I am very appreciative we got a year run out of John Cena in 2025. Thank you to John Cena for that. But let's jump into this final thing here. Why is this just doing that damn timer thing, Pete? Why does it do that?
I'm not.
I hate that.
It drives me crazy.
All right. Well, while I figure that out, gentlemen, I would like to hear a couple of bold predictions. Now, somebody got Andy's?
I don't think he turned any in.
Okay,
we'll give him an opportunity.
He'll be on. So we were going to try to get Ritz's, but we have about 6 minutes left before we have to hop off here. So I'm going to let our guests jump in again. And our bold predictions, I said try to throw in 2 or 3. Does not have to be WWE. It could be AEW. It could be NJPW. Although I don't really watch enough of it for me to do that, but maybe you do. anything that you guys can think of that you think is a bold prediction for 2023. So what do you guys want to do? I'm sorry, 2023. Jesus, I'm looking at the number 3 on my screen. Do you guys want to go one around and then one around, or do you want to just throw all yours out there?
Let's go one around.
All right, Pete, you kick us off first. Go ahead, give me your first bold prediction.
Leon Slater would be the first TNA contracted superstar to hold a WWE title. And I think he wins it next week.
Okay. I like
All
it.
right.
Love it.
Yeah. I mean,
you're saying for the men, right?
For the men. Yeah. I mean, you saw the Obi-Femi or vignette on Raw. I mean, that tells you right there, like their time is now.
Oh, yeah.
Time is now. Yeah.
Eric, what's your first one? I like it, by the way, Pete. I'm in. That's a thumbs up. We'll do thumbs up or thumbs down if we're
Okay.
not the one. So, Eric, I'm going thumbs up on that one for Pete.
Yeah, thumbs up. Yep.
Okay.
Logan Paul will be a world champion in 2026.
I would like to see it, but I'm going thumbs down. I don't think
it's too soon. I think it's too soon.
I just think there's too many. Like, if we're focusing on Bron, where in 2026 is there going to be time for that? I just
plenty of time.
They don't switch titles around enough for that to happen.
Okay.
They don't.
We're gonna come back to these.
Well, that's the point. We have the film. We have the film. Yeah, you're good. We got the film. We're good.
That's what bold's all about. You got to be bold, right?
Got to be bold.
I ain't mad at you. Like Bron Breakker's gonna be champion.
I ain't mad at you. Believe me, I ain't mad at you. Okay. So for me, my first bold take is going to be that I believe that Sol Ruca will be a women's champion on the main roster within 6 months of getting up to the roster.
Now, is that any title?
Whatever brand they put her on. I don't care who it is.
Secondary title, IC or US?
No, I said a world
world
champion.
title.
Like I think she will be a top champion, whether it be women's world heavyweight champion or WWE women's champion.
Okay.
Within 6 months. I think that spotlight on that John Cena show and how over she's been put, and Cena put her over big time on podcasts. Like, I think this girl is going to go through the freaking roof with this company and fast. Like, Paige type of fast. What you guys got? Thumbs up, thumbs down? You got a thumbs up? All right.
I'm gonna say she'll be champ in the year. Not
okay, that's fair. That's fair. I specifically said 6 months.
I agree with you. She's star written all over her. So I think it's going to be a matter of time. I think it might be a secondary title first.
Okay,
but I think she's on the right track.
Okay, all right. Okay, Pete. Let's go. What's your second one?
Second one is I think Kyle Fletcher will be the biggest face in AEW by the year's end in 2026.
I love it. I'm going to give a thumbs up because he is awesome. That to me, that dude, him and Hangman Page to me, I'm not a big AEW guy. I don't watch a ton of it. I watch it, but I you guys know, I wait 3 weeks and then I binge it. So like when we do AEW, I try to catch up by the pay-per-views in case we want to talk about them. Or if I hear something big happens, then I'll catch up then. But, we're going to work on getting some additional AEW content with Lazy Booking, by the way. I love it, though. Him and Hangman, to me, are must-see. And Swerve.
Yep. Arch, what's your second one?
Oh, it's my turn. Rhea Ripley is going to turn heel again and turn on EO. Because
I think she'll turn heel, but I don't know if she's going to turn on.
I'm sick of Rio. I'm done.
Well, I'm thumbs downing it because I think it's EO who turns heel.
You think so? Yeah, I mean,
okay.
I think Mommy is too much of a. She's too much of a merch mover right now, and they're the potential of moving all the Yeet merch You know, hampering the sales on that. They need somebody to be. I think she's way too over at this point. I would be shocked if they turned her heel. But Io turning heel, and maybe Io and Kyrie join together and take Asuka down.
I wouldn't be opposed by it.
I think
I'm over the hug fest.
See, I don't mind it. I'm fine with it. I don't mind it. I love anything right now that keeps Rhea out of the world title picture because I felt like it was getting Rhea fatigue for the world title. So I am all for this for another. I could go another 6 months with this before we start throwing her back in.
I think eventually she needs to be champion again, and maybe on the other side. On the other show.
That's fair. If that happens, then but she doesn't need to turn heel then for that to happen. They can just move.
True.
She can just win the Rumble and challenge Jade.
True.
Correct. She could be she might be the Rumble winner, and then she could challenge the other brand.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's fair. But I'm going to go thumbs down on it just because if there is a heel turn, I think that it's Io. But I don't think there is at all. Is it me?
Yes.
Paige will be back with WWE at some point in 2026.
I think Royal Rumble.
Yeah, you think that's soon?
Yeah.
I haven't heard her name even thrown out there in forever. And I know she said she was taking time off, but I think she's a logical fit. She would be a great surprise. And again, with all these other people that are kind of coming and going, I feel like she's fallen off the radar in terms of wrestling fans. And I think it was a little rough of a go for her in AEW, but the talent level in WWE, I think, could give her the opportunity to again go out on the terms that she deserves to go out on. Does anybody have a third?
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
Ethan Page will be a singles champion on the main roster by year's end.
Okay.
And I love this dude, man. I can't wait. God. He's almost at an MJF level for me. And he just doesn't have the same platform. This dude is so good. And I think he's so good that, and with NXT about to be depleted of talent, I think he may stay around for a little bit. But man, come April, come spring, summer, I need my guy on the top roster, man. I need him. Like he needs that platform because he's such a great heel. Such a great heel.
I'm gonna have one that people aren't gonna like, probably. I got a funny feeling that Cody Rhodes is not losing the title until I don't think he's losing the title anytime soon. And it wouldn't shock me if he's champion through 2026.
Really? I get that. I feel the opposite. That's just because I think they still have faith in Drew, but I can see that too.
I just think they're gonna try to make him like Cena, and you can already see it where it's like they had the interview, he kind of passed the torch to him. I think they're gonna try to make him like a super Cena character, I think his character is gonna start to tween a little bit. I don't think he's gonna turn heel because kind of like the merch thing with Rhea. I think he sells way too much merch, and I think it's going to be one of those things where I don't see him losing the title anytime soon. I think they're going to – he's the guy. He's QB1. He's not losing the title anytime soon.
I don't think he carries it to the end of the year, so I'm going to go thumbs down. But
okay,
yeah. I do think he carries it for a while. This is my last one. And then we're going to throw a couple of these out, and then we're going to jump off. So my final one is we talked about the tag team titles and that Division are going to be tag team champions. By the end of 2026, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins will be tag team champions together, and they will knock Division off for the tag team titles.
Oh, I thought you were going somewhere else. But centered around the tag team titles.
I want to see it, so I'm going to give a thumbs up.
I'm going Shield reunion for the tag team titles. It is the enemy of the enemy is my enemy of my enemy is my friend. They are going to reunite out of necessity to take them down.
Okay. Now, I do think at some point the Lucha Brothers get back together and they have a title running there somewhere. But
all for it.
Yeah,
honorable mention. I'm in. I'll give you 2 thumbs up on that one.
And I think that might have already happened if Well, Penta's back now, but it could have been sped up a little bit if he didn't get injured. I think it's a matter of time.
100%.
But I hope it's not like the tag team situation on either brand. I think hopefully they give them their due time on TV, because they're just phenomenal, and they selling a ton of merch.
Guys, this was a lot of fun. I hate to rush us off, but hockey guys are coming up. Unfortunately, we had a very late start. It's my fault. I got tied up with work and couldn't get out. But I thank you guys for being flexible and working with me tonight, because typically we go on between 6 and 6:30. So late start tonight. Thank you to anyone who joined us. And if you know anybody out there, again, guys, who loves wrestling, share the link to them. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a subscribe, both for us and for A2D Radio. Where are we at here? Right here. This is our Instagrams that you could follow us at. Obviously, you're already on the YouTube, A2D Radio. You can also look up Lazy Booking Podcast TV. You can find us here. And we have this. And we're going to next week, I think, announce a couple of the additional exclusive shows we're going to be doing. In terms of Rumble watch-alongs, the Lazies, and maybe another thing or two. We're going to try to do a live reaction for Rumble. It depends. I know it's 2:00, so it should be easier. And if we can, Pete, if you could do it, I know Andy can't do it this time. So if me and Eric can do it, if Pete wants to join, we're going to try to do it. Touch base with everybody. We'll circle back next week. But thank you guys for the comments. Thank you for your participation as always, your loyalty to us and to A2D Radio. Thank you for our doctor, Dr. Paul Vidal with Specialized Physical Therapy. And for myself, for Pete Evans, for Eric Archer, Arch, dropping them anecdotes with Arch this week, I'm sure.
Yes.
We love you guys. Go Birds. And Happy New Year to you. Safe and Happy New Year. Don't drink and drive. Use a damn Uber or a Lyft. Make a smart decision. And the smartest decision you can do is stay tuned to A2D Radio, because in a few minutes, Flyers Talk A2D is coming at you. Until then, as Andy always says, tell someone you love them. Give them a hug. We out. Go Birds.
Peace.